we want to make sure that we talk to Ron. And Ron, you can unmute yourself because you are also, I mean, Anacostia, and you played a large part in this of just the growth and development of that community. And now we have the GOGO Museum that's about to open. Tell us about it.
Yes, so we, in 2019, actually I go back to 2009 at the GOGO Awards when I announced that we had to fight for the GOGO Museum. In 2019, we started our first fundraiser on a corner where the Metro PCS store is, where the whole Don't Mute DC movement started. We had a fundraiser
Washington, yes,
with WPGC. And I never forget, people were getting out their cars with crumbled up $5 bills and donated because they, knew what it meant to have a go-go museum, something preserving and elevating our music and culture. So here we are this Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. We will be doing the groundbreaking of the Action Museum because we finally got our permits for the inside of the building so we can get started. And we're going to be doing a ribbon cutting for the mobile GOGO Museum, which is a 28 passenger bus converted into a museum that has a hydraulic stage on a rooftop where bands can perform, a DJ booth on the inside, and exhibit streams on the inside. So we can take our music and culture to schools, festivals, or even things like the Roots Festival in Philadelphia. So I'm excited. I did this with my two partners at Checker Enterprises, Natalie Hopkinson, and so many great people from the GOGO community and beyond who have contributed to this.
So where will the museum and where will the museum and the ribbon cutting, all of that, where's that going to take place?
Right in front of our building. The bus is going to pull up.
Give us the address.
1920 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, Historic Anacostia. Not maybe 3-4 doors down from Good Hope Road, which would soon be Marienberry Avenue. We will have the backyard band performing live on the rooftop of the hydraulic stage on the bus, which will be the first performance. And the second performance will be at Marienberry, renaming of Good Hope Road. So in Christopher's Corner. So we're going to have the stage, the bus. We're going to have Wild Wheels out there where children can ride on the little cars and everything. It's going to be something special.
So I don't want to miss this because Mrs. Barry mentioned it and you just mentioned it. Christopher's Corner. What is that? What is that? What is it? Who's it named after? Tell us a little bit about that.
So, Christopher Barry, his son, was a very nice young man. And we all know he had some trying times and we lost him. But he also had some good things that we all knew about: his spirit, his personality, and soft-spoken, and he cared about his community. And he was a young man when he left us. So in honor of Marienberry, we want to make sure we honor his son, all right, who meant a lot to him and to us. So therefore, on that day, we will be having the lot right across the street from the Anacostia Arts Center that will be converted into Christopher's Corner. And one of the main features of that will be the mobile GOGO Museum.
Well, I didn't want to let that just go by because, we all loved Christopher and we're just saddened by his, our loss when he died at such a young age. And I just commend you for also remembering him. That's really important to our community. And especially at this time, he, I guess, used to frequent your location. You all were friends. And
good guy.
Yeah.
So, we take guys like him and others, and we just got to know that we just got to embrace people in our community and help them. My mother, I remember she was in St. Elizabeth, but we wrapped our arms around her and was able to save her. And we just got to know, like, guys like Chris was a great guy, and we got to just don't give up and keep on trying to save our people. But the ones we lose, especially good guys like Chris, we're going to remember them to the fullest and learn from their experiences.
Well, as Ms. Barry said, the more we say their name, the more we keep their life and their legacy and the more we keep them alive. I keep saying that about George Floyd. I mean, I'm like, is George Floyd dead? Because we don't talk about him anymore. I mean, is he really dead?
Right.
So you are, resurrecting, Christopher's memory. Ms. Barry's doing the same with Marienberry Avenue, all in a place where those symbols are greatly needed. And you have brought so much life through the museum and through your store and the what is it that in the back, the garden.
Secret Garden.
Yeah,
Yep.
you brought so much life to that community down, and I don't say that community because I'm a part of it, but to our community by all that you've invested. Why do you do this, Ron? Why is the go
Well, I
the music?
mean, you know, I was at my birthday party. I turned 54. I was telling people the other day that, you know, look, I love nice things, and one day I would love to be rich, but there's no feeling like the feeling I get almost every day when I walk out the house and somebody say, "You helped my child, you saved my child, you helped my mother." There's no better feeling in the world when people unexpectedly come up to you that you really don't know a lot of times, and they tell you what you meant to them because you helped somebody in their life or them themselves. It's like every day. So that's my inspiration. My grandparents, that's what they did, who raised me. My father's a loving person. My mother's a loving person. And, you know, I have people in my family like Malcolm X, Virginia. You probably don't remember the ANC, Virginia, up in, well, that's my aunt. I never
Oh,
had
I
a
didn't
chance.
know that. Yeah,
I
yeah,
never had a chance to meet her. They still ain't named a street after her either. That was supposed to happen, right? But you know, when you find out about these people, you're like, oh, that's in my bloodline. Oh, I get
yeah.
it now. It came from somewhere, right? So I think we all have some unique talents that are genetic that come through, you know, people who came before us too. So I would also want to pay homage to them. And you know, it just, you know, I wake up for it every day. You know, I live for it. It's exciting to me.
So how can I mean, this is the groundbreaking, but I assume you still need support for the museum. I would think. I don't know. Is
Oh,
that
most
because
definitely. We doing this on a shoestring budget. We know, but we used to that, right? You used to that too, right? Doing
yeah,
things with a little, doing a lot with a little, right? People like, you did that with that? Yes, we did, because we accustomed to it, but we can't stay accustomed to it, right?
yeah.
Um, we're going to be doing a fundraiser on the 18th, going into the 19th of February, which is the day that GOGO became DC's official music. So if anybody wants to help, be on our fundraiser committee, they can email me at ronaldmoten@icloud.com or call 202-848-4394. Then also, our new planned date to open is actually in April, which we have a whole week of activities all the way from Sycamore Oak to Anacostia, celebrating the 5-year anniversary of Don't Mute DC.
Well, count us in at the 3100 block of Martin Luther King. We want to be a part
Gotcha.
of that as well.
All
How much
right.
are you trying to raise?
Well, we raised all together, but for the bus and the construction and all the other things that we're doing, I would say like 1.7 million. So for the exhibits and like, you know, our back we doing a kitchen, state of the art performance, state of the art equipment, LED screens on the wall. I mean, it's going to be something special. We have exhibits going to be in the floor where you can scan them. It's going to be something special. So I mean, our goal to do it right, I think we probably need like a couple more million, because
Yeah,
what we're doing is we're doing like real exhibits, real
yes,
experience. Then you got to have operation money. They have
right.
real curators to be here full time, and you know, so we're gonna raise it until we get it, but we got it even if we don't get it. You know
And
what I'm
so
saying?
how can people donate?
So we don't have a link up right now. They can write checks to the GOGO Museum, and the address is 1920 Martin Luther King Avenue. They can mail the checks. It is a nonprofit, so it's tax deductible. So anybody who wants to donate, the GOGO Museum, 1920 Martin Luther King Avenue, you can send your checks, and we appreciate it.
I think about cities like Detroit, with the Motown Museum
Yeah,
and
yeah,
other museums like that around the country that spur tourism,
yeah.
and other things to the community. So it's a great asset to our community for you to have that museum there.
And speaking on that, one of the things that we're going to be doing here, we have a studio where tours. It's like a event space, but it's set up to record live. So
Mhm.
we're going to have our own version of Tiny Desk. We're going to call it the Pocket Stage. And young bands that we're going to be creating and bands that don't get a lot of attention, this will be their platform, right? So it's going to be a very, very like engaging type of atmosphere, and we're going to be teaching young people how to do tours.
Oh,
So
nice.
we will
Because they
walk.
need to be out there, and that's a profession actually.
Well, it's the biggest industry in DC, the tourism business. So we're gonna be teaching young people how to do walking tours in Anacostia, and then once they complete the training, they can get their own contracts with the big tourist companies downtown. I have a friend, a white friend of mine. She would say, "Ron, there are very few black tour guides down here, but
Exactly.
you have your own business. You don't have to work. You can decide when you want to work, and they pay good money." I said, "Okay, I take you up on that. I'm going to teach young people how to do those walking tours."
Yeah, I
That's
think
one of
that's. Go ahead.
we're doing creative economy training. So we're teaching people how to live stream. We're going to be teaching people how to do sound. We're going to be teaching culinary art. So all those things will come out of the museum because we have all these people who always talk about equity, but when we go into their establishments, nobody behind the scenes look like us. So what
Right.
we do is teach the people how to do these things well, and then just knock on the door, say, "Let us in."
Well, when people talk about pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, and they say first you have to have boots, you're doing that. You're an example of that. You're showing people how to do that, and hopefully, they will, as you are also an example of, paying it forward. So,
Thank you.
you
And
know,
I watch what you do too. And
well,
I watch how you survive off of fumes and still thrive. So we learn from each other because
right.
sometimes you don't think people are watching, but we are watching each other, right? And we learn from each other's successes and our failures, and we move
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Ron, for joining us, for sharing with us this ribbon cutting that's going to take place on Wednesday at
12:30.
12:30
Oh,
at
and I got
the.
somebody very special coming. Did I tell you that already?
No.
I can't say his name, but I'm gonna just say doing the butt.
Okay.
And he coming from out of town.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. My daddy said Lottie Dottie and everybody needs to be
Everybody
there.
coming for the ribbon cutting, y'all. All right.
All right. Well, have a great day. Thanks so much for joining us, and particularly as we observe, the people who have fought hard for this country and the opportunities that, you're being able to present as well. So thank you for joining us on our Veterans Day program.
Thank you.